Welcome back to Startup Cabin Podcast. I'm Xue Mei Rhodin, and you're listening to our Monday Minutes, where we talk about insights and trends and topics that I think is very, very interesting and useful for entrepreneurs, investors, and soon-to-be entrepreneurs to understand. For this Monday Minutes, I want to talk about legal and moral issues when it comes to starting startups, disrupting industries, and building businesses in general. The last couple of weeks, I've met a lot of entrepreneurs and soon-to-be entrepreneurs and business students who want to become entrepreneurs. And a lot of them have been talking about moral and legal issues when it comes to collecting data, to starting startups, disrupting industries, and things that has to do with, entrepreneurship and morals. But what I've noticed is that most of them can't see the difference between a legal issue and a moral issue. And when it comes to starting companies that are based on collecting people's data, big data and similar services, and any service that uses these kind of tracking methods for their website and similar things, of course, you will meet legal issues, what you're not allowed to do, but also moral issues, how you should treat your users, your customers, your clients, etc. And I think why everybody's talking about this is because of Uber, because of that they actually didn't care about laws in countries where they started new Uber like cities. That was the way they disrupted the taxi industry. And the question is, this trend where everybody is thinking, hey, I want to be the new Uber, and laws are made to be changed, and similar very rebel startup kind of attitude. I'm wondering if they understand the difference between moral and legal disruption, and if they understand that if everyone does this, if everyone thinks that they are above the law, how far will we go? How far will you go as an entrepreneur to have that disruption, to have that user base to get forward? And I think the more we would develop big data, the more we're propelled into big data, because we can't really stop it. This question is going to be more and more important. And I'm wondering how good that's going to be for society if entrepreneurs are the ones that think they are above the law and that think that they're the ones who decide which laws are relevant. Or is it the other way around? Do you think it's a good thing that it's a part of the community having a voice and challenging old perspectives? I think both sides probably think they're right. But the question is, how far will this push us in each direction? And I think you as an entrepreneur and you as an investor have to decide what is your limit to the type of businesses you want to invest in or start. And also, what do you feel as a founder is your moral obligation to your client, users, etc.? Because I think a lot of entrepreneurs I meet, they talk about legal issues, but they never tell me their actual moral point of view. And if you're not authentic with that in your industry, in your business, that's going to shine through. And that's what's going to be the big bad headlines later down the road. And it's interesting because this is such a big topic, because most of the entrepreneurs, the big entrepreneurs that end up in really, really bad PR and really, really bad media exposure is because they have not decided what kind of moral standards they're gonna have and they have personally, and portraying that through the company. So being authentic with their moral point of view, because if they think that they're going to be able to be portraying their company as more moral or more harsh than themselves, that discrepancy is always going to shine through somewhere. And especially when you get further down the line, the more success, the more these kind of gaps will show. Thank you so much for listening to Startup Cabin Podcast. I'm Xue Mei Rhodin, as I said in the beginning, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you see companies in your industry doing this, pushing the moral or legal boundaries? And what do you think this will mean for you as either a founder, an entrepreneur, an investor, or a user of these kind of services? If you want to comment on this, you're welcome to use Twitter and tweet to us at Startup Cabin, or you can use Instagram at Startup Cabin. A little bit later, hopefully this week, we will also be able to release our new platform where you can be part of our community. So stay tuned, and I'll talk to you next week.
If you're a founder in the Stockholm, Sweden area, and you're ready to scale your business, refine your leadership style, and set yourself up to become a global entrepreneur, you should consider applying to Startup Cabin Triads. You can come apply over at startupcabin.com.